pure with a drip mind too tight. Go talk some popular grew up rich. I grew up poor. Had to hustle, be mature. That's my point of view. That's my point of view.
It's a new day, it's a new dawn. A shout out to everybody joining us once again for another episode of POV with myself, Gigi Slim, and of course my fave. At this point, I think I'm your sidekick. Black Slim, looking good.
Thank you,
Look at
you.
you.
Look amazing. Look at you, bro.
You know what? I
Look
try
at
my
you.
best. I'm watching my weight, sipping on my
Yes.
chateau, not
Yes.
bothering anybody.
Yes.
And of course, we're not alone today.
Got a royalty
My-
in the building.
Day uno, Rashid K. You have to make an annual return to POV. I want you to know that. That's like a verbal contract between us and him.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm a text away.
Thanks.
It's such a weird time in the world, right? There's the Diddy situation going on, guys.
Yo.
The Diddy situation has got me so
man.
confused. At some
Yeah.
point, I don't know if it's AI. And then Shame,
Yeah.
he's reading out like this long invitation to his Diddy party, but then everybody actually thought that it was...
Yeah, that's 50 though, man. That's
50 is after
50
him.
really, 50 really, he's really just doing too much.
Yeah, and I know Cat Williams said something that was quite eerie and we didn't believe him, right?
Yeah.
I just feel like there's something weird in the air.
There's too much going on.
Yeah.
There's too
And
much going on.
and it's all about what we entertain, like especially the Diddy stuff. You know that hip hop won't admit it, but hip hop is homophobic. You know,
Oh, you're starting hard.
you know what I mean?
You think
nobody
hip hop?
cares.
You think
Nobody-
hip hop is homophobic?
It is, even though you guys won't admit it. Nobody cares when NBA YoungBoy has 13 kids. But as soon as Diddy sleeps with other men, it's a scandal.
Yeah.
You know, it shows you like deep down this
Yeah.
thing is not yet acceptable.
Yeah, but I don't think it's just the sleep. I mean, wasn't it like the trafficking and all? I mean, there was kid trafficking and all those other things. But I get what you mean when you say there's the element of there's a certain level of homophobia in the hip hop industry.
I want to hear this one.
Because like everyone who has a picture with Diddy, like
all of a sudden.
is like,
Yeah.
yeah. So what if you have a picture with Diddy? It's like frowning on taking a picture with a gay guy.
But don't you think it's because hip hop is aggressive? You know what I mean? Like hip hop, AKA said it. Hip hop is a contact sport. You know what I mean? So the and I know we're touching on a sensitive topic, but homophobia is more. It requires a more softer and subtle approach. Not that it's like. It's a soft and subtle approach in a field that's a contact sport, which is why I think there's that element.
It also needs like the understanding. It needs to be understood, the context.
Okay.
You know, because the language within hip hop.
Yeah.
If I say you're a bitch ass nigga, it doesn't mean that I hate bitches. But once you say you're a gay ass nigga, the whole they say he's homophobic.
Okay, so
you know, so the context of the hip hop language is not yet understood. Yeah.
Rashid, and then I have a big issue with like you're a pussy. Excuse me.
You're
Chateau.
saying.
I have a big issue with
What?
like you're a pussy. Like what? Do you know how strong a pussy is?
But I think it's because it's the
Pussy is
softness
really
thing,
strong.
though. It's look, let's look at it. Let's look at it in most recent events, right? J. Cole just dropped a diss record to Kendrick, and then apologized. And hip hop frowned upon him, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, this is a contact sport. No one is saying that the song was trash, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, if you're gonna choose to go, you're gonna go, right? So I understand what you mean when you say maybe the hip hop terminology is misunderstood a lot of the time.
Yeah, a lot of the times, yeah.
But then how do you change that? Because like Gigi said, like there's certain words that come across soft in hip hop but are not soft. Like she said, pussy.
Yeah, you were
like,
Yeah.
pussy.
Like how do you change that?
What made pussy more sensitive, it's because every nigga, all of us, we're so protective of our mothers. You know, in every language, you must say pussy, like you can't say anything about my mother.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's
pussy,
over the line.
Yeah, so pussy is always, you know, so we like instantly we defend it. Once you say that word, like I'm ready to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Because
It's a
of
trigger.
because of where it comes from. It's not that it's more softer than a dick or whatever. It's the context.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I get you.
Going into something as well. Now this is the hip hop context. Right now, we're still in an Amapiano era. And I don't know how you guys feel about that. I mean, you could definitely say that I'm a bit misled. You're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
But do you think it's because Amapiano is less aggressive and more open to everyone, and hip hop, on the contrary, is exactly what that is? Like it's a contact sport. It's aggressive. It's you know, Amapiano is like everybody's celebrating everyone, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing.
But I would say, Gigi, it's with the little bit of headlines. I'm not gonna lie, I don't follow Amapiano much. But with a little bit of headlines here, you are starting to kind of see the controversy in Amapiano. It's like, oh, there's gatekeepers. There's stuff that used to be said in hip hop in 2010. Hip hop. It's like, oh, there's gatekeepers here. There's this here. So I think that what happened in hip hop in 2000 and what? 16, I think that's happening to Amapiano now. It's slowly starting to say it has an identity. It has its A-listers. It has its B-list. Before Amapiano was Amapiano. Now there's A-list Amapiano artists. There's B-list Amapiano artists, and I think that's
even
what's
now
causing
it's
the
not
controversy.
there yet because you can have they still lacking when it comes to branding. You can have the biggest song like Uchwala Bam, but you won't recognize a nigga in the mall when you meet him.
Listen, I just booked that guy. I just booked him for an event.
No, I'm just making an example.
No.
With hip hop, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
The brands are like out there, but you don't know the songs. You know this guy. Hey, I know there's a guy called Maclera. That's his song. There's a guy called so and so.
Yeah, but it's hard to put a face to a song.
Yeah, you'd rather remember the face and the names than the songs. With Amapiano, it's the other way around.
Is it safe to say then that hip hop creates brands while Amapiano creates music?
But there's more money in Amapiano. So how
Is
does
there
that
more
work?
money?
Come on.
I don't know. I've seen some
You
of
don't
their
think
raid
so?
cards, guys. No. Like, I've seen some of their raid cards and wearing a different hat now. Slim, somebody who's now booking people and not the person who's booked.
Got
I
you.
will say that, like, Amapiano artists are way cheaper to book than hip hop artists still.
And they're making a killing. For an example, if an artist is charging 5,000, you know he can get 6-7 gigs in one night. And a hip hop artist is like 50,000. Like promoters would say, I'd rather get this guy for 5,000 than
get the
spend.
DJs in the place.
Yeah, I can get a lineup of 8 artists with 50K instead of paying one hip hop artist.
Okay.
Facts.
I hear that.
Facts. And how important is the DJ right now? Because I remember coming up in hip hop, you know, I'm just gonna throw around a few names and a big shout out to them, right? Because they put a lot of us on the map. You know, the DJ Zandies, Fresh, Miss Cosmo, Speedstar, PH, Fanatic, Dimples, may his soul rest in peace. These were all tastemakers for hip hop, right? And I don't know, with Amapiano, I know there's Pori, I think Jazik and Jazzy Q.
Jazzy,
I don't know, everyone's his
Jazik,
name differently. And there's somebody else I'm forgetting. But do you think hip hop DJs are failing us in plugging us almost onto the streets now? Because I mean, somebody once said to me, it's you give the people
What they want.
What you want. Somebody once actually said that you give the people what you want. So are we having an issue with DJs, hip hop DJs? Do you get what I'm saying? Like hip hop DJs plugging.
It's not
us.
really. I don't think it's the DJs. I think it's the artists. They're not releasing music compatible with the clubs that DJs can play. You know, it's not that like they don't want to play. They still play your Kusheshe, your Dog Shebele stuff from 2014, 2015. It shows you that they want to play local hip hop, but there's nothing. Right now, you can find that the hottest hip hop song is number 99 overall. You know, we don't like hip hop is trash right now. We don't have music.
Do you mean SA hip hop or hip hop globally?
SA hip hop. SA hip hop.
It's trash right now.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
But
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, like
It's I hear you. I hear you. I just think the it's lost that feeling.
yeah.
I think it's lost that feeling, and also a lot of, let me use the word, investors have pulled out of hip hop, right? Which is diminishing its value, right? I was speaking to Speedster yesterday.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
saying he realized there is no hip hop show on the radio anymore. They're pulling all of them out.
Yeah, all of them are canned.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
And I wanted
No.
to dive into that. There's no
Yeah,
hip hop
the
on radio.
YFM, they
YFM
canned it.
pulled,
Metro canned
pulled.
it. 5FM canned it.
Maybe you'll find on
Gaga's
True,
FM
yeah,
canned it.
There's no
True
hip hop.
FM canned
There's
it.
no hip hop, right?
Yeah.
And radio is an investor. Radio is an investor in music. You know
You're
what I
a
mean?
promoter.
So
You're
yeah.
promoting.
So without, if your shit is not now, if radio is saying this whole genre is not worth investing in, right? Of course, we're not now. Now where we gonna hear the music
I think
from?
it's a good thing. I think it's a good
Good
thing.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, cut all that mainstream bullshit. Go back to the drawing board. Let's start afresh. Because we were fed garbage. You know what I'm saying? 90% of these compilers are house DJs. You know, they dictating what goes in.
You're saying 90% of the radio
90% of radio compilers are house DJs. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people who decide which hip hop song is hot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like taking a rugby coach and say select a soccer team.
Imagine.
That's exactly what's happening. You know, it's not gonna succeed if we still have that type of situation. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it did not get into that position because people are not releasing quality music. But the people in positions don't know what
That are
quality
dictating
music
what quality
is.
music is the problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the passing of I think they're three giants. I mean, Dimples, we just mentioned, he had the whole pop bottles movement.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
had the Popcast as well with other DJs.
Yeah.
And then, of course, AKA and Ricky. Do you feel like there was, because some people are saying, and it's an online narrative, like three giants fell who were pushing this kind of thing and hip hop is lacking. Do you think it would have gone this way if they were still alive? Because I know AKA, I mean, he had that line, right? With Tato Sao, I am a fan of piano, but I will not bend over.
Yeah.
You know? Do you think if they were still alive, it would be like a different thing?
I think like their absence is felt, you know, because these people passed away in their prime, you know. You can't say the same with Pro and Double HP who had passed their prime. These ones, AKA and Ricky and Dimples, were doing
Costa.
big things. They were on top of the charts. They were overbooked. They were, you know what I'm saying? So they would have dictated the game somehow, you know. Yeah. Probably Cotton First wouldn't be 90% Amapiano.
Oh, it could have been. I mean, okay, no. But Ricky was jumping on songs Nabompura, Nabokilakau that were technically Yanos,
But
right?
what's wrong with that?
Oh yes, that's my next question.
Yeah.
Is there anything wrong with that? Like,
With-
is there
with
anything wrong?
hip-hop?
Okay, so with me, my chat is a lot of these, like a lot of Amapiano artists. If you were to block the sound and block the dance moves, look
Yeah.
like hip hop,
They do.
right?
Yeah.
They look like hip hop, and from what I'm hearing, a lot of them like used to rap, right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
used to be, you know, and it's serving them well.
Yeah.
Now, you know,
Music-
there's some of us who maybe are experimenting.
Music, you can do anything. When Chris Brown does Amapiano Afrobeats, is he no more an R&B artist?
That's true.
I hear you, Rashid.
Yeah.
I hear you. But here's what I'm putting across, right?
Yeah.
With hip hop. Right? I get the transition from I was doing hip hop and this is an Amapiano.
No, I'm
genre,
saying
right?
not transitioning altogether, saying
yeah.
I'm dumping hip hop
That's-
or Amapiano.
that's my
No,
issue.
that's a problem.
Yes.
That's my issue. My thing is like, okay, finding inspiration in another genre, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
And I also believe it's like if you standing on hip hop, right? Let's be honest, hip hop has certain levels. Right?
Yeah.
Casper did not go into the industry saying, I'm straight I'm raw. He was like, yo, I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
From the jump, Casper made it obvious to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm a hustler and I'm gonna sell what I can sell.
Yeah.
Right? Sold hip hop really well, even brought the value up. Then went to go sell Amapiano. Even when we were doubting it, sold it really well. There's certain artists who were like, yo, like straight boom bap, were like, yo, I don't. It's hip hop or nothing, and hip hop is raw. And this was before Amapiano. This was when bubblegum music was considered a bad thing. They were like, I'm not even gonna do bubblegum music. Then you go from I'm a deep conscious rapper, I'm not gonna do bubblegum. Then you go straight over bubblegum into Amapiano. I think that's bullshit.
Name and shame.
I think that's bullshit.
Name and shame.
The thing is,
I'm just saying.
There are a lot of people.
I
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think that the problem as well is in the language. We usually say hip hop instead of rap, you know, and that's not it. That's not it. You know, graffiti artists are hip hop. They don't rely on bubblegum rap for them to exist.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of hip hop elements who don't care about the mainstream music. You know, and we benchmark rap music as hip hop, which is not the case. But what I wanna say is, there's a lot of rappers who are not hip hop. Hip hop.
There's a lot of rappers
who are not hip hop.
What do you mean by that?
And please give examples.
No, they can rap. They are talented, but they don't know the first thing about the culture when it comes to hip hop.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying.
All right.
We see cool kids in Bram. We glorify them. Before they even know what hip hop is, they think they run the game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And hip hop is like reggae. Hip hop is like gospel. It's very sensitive.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're doing this, but you're not this.
Yeah.
You're doing reggae, but you're not a Rasta.
Yeah.
You're doing gospel music, but you're not Christian.
Yeah.
Those are the three genres that are they have the cultural practice attached to it. You know what I mean? So all these people, like I'm doing this now. You were not hip hop in the first place. You just could rap. Yeah.
And who's to, and I play devil's advocate here, but who dictates what hip hop is?
Hip hop didn't
Because it's ever evolving.
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
who dictates?
If it's a culture, then it's evolving.
Yes. Hip hop didn't fall from the sky. It was created by people who came up with the elements to say, this is hip hop. These are the elements involved within hip hop. You know, but they didn't say, if you hear, you can't do that. So you can't do. You can do whatever. You're free. But we know what hip hop is. Once you do that, that's no longer hip hop. We know about it. We're not gonna say, okay, because
Gigi.
Yeah, because Gigi did a piano song. That piano song is a hip hop song. Yeah. No.
Not.
Okay. I get you.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
How important are we mentioned Cotton Fest? We have Back to the City. We had at some point Maftown Heights, but I remember Maftown Heights was quite mixed, but because Cooley was at the forefront, hip hop was obviously a big part of that. There's so many, right? There's so many events. Sneaker Fest.
Sneaker Exchange.
Sneaker Exchange, Exchange. You know, a certain energy drink has also done stuff. You know, a lot of stuff around, you know, the culture. Now, how is it that we have so many of these entities, or have had so many of these entities, and we're still unable to? And I don't know if you guys have realized what I'm doing. Like, we took the Giants, we took radio, and now we're talking about events. How is hip hop still not existing? And unfortunately, I was booked somewhere else. I know Cotton Fest recently happened. How was the turnout? Clearly, you just said that there was a lot of I don't know, was there a lot of Amapiano? Yeah. Is
the
that
rappers were there in the bunker down there, not on the main stage.
When you say bunker, what do you mean?
There's a bunker stage at Cotton Fest.
And they were there.
So the rappers were down there rapping. Was it like cyphers or actual performances?
It was actual performance on stage.
And then who is on the main stage?
Amapiano artists.
Amapiano artists and DJs.
Okay.
So you're saying
the identity for Cotton Fest is probably not hip hop. It's
not.
eventing.
It's changed.
You can't call Cotton Fest a hip hop festival.
Okay.
So all these things, right? All these things are numbers game things, right? Radio is numbers game. Events is numbers game, right? Can we blame these spaces that are based on numbers games to say, yo, we are jumping onto what's hot.
We
right?
can't
So that
we
can
can't
sell
we can't
tickets.
blame them because there's no hip hop fans. There's mainstream fans. You know, people who would go.
You're really going for the jugular, huh?
Yeah, people.
Guys, please put
Yeah.
in the comment section if you're a hip hop
Yeah.
fan. I just want to see. Please just type "I am a hip hop fan" in the comment
No, I'm
section.
saying-
I want to just
You're
see.
saying there's no hip hop fans.
Yeah, but there's mainstream fans
Yeah,
who,
everything.
who goes with what's
Into
hot.
mnandi.
I'm telling you, if there was to be a Maporisa show
Yeah.
and a rap battle show, where would people go?
Maporisa.
People who claim to be hip hop would not go and watch a rap battle. They'd rather go.
Facts.
Yes. So those are not hip hop fans. Those are just mainstream fans who just go with the wind. You know what I mean?
With the wind.
That's why we don't have hip hop shows anymore. You know,
And you think
there's no hip hop artist that's overbooked. Show me the flyers.
Facts.
A hip hop artist that's overbooked.
Please
No,
show
that
me
is
the
a
flyers.
very good point. Even when we were showing like a list, it was the Amapiano artists that were chosen and a few, you know, like the girls that we love, Bopol, Susie, Bo, you understand?
Yeah.
But it's like literally Yanos. And with that being said, then can hip hop ever have a global hip hop superstar, South African superstar, with localizing, with language, with whatever would be the best superhero hip hop artist in Rashid's psyche?
Everyone who's
Could
tried.
yes,
Yeah,
is-
but
could there ever be? There's a root.
Yeah.
Casper. I feel like Casper was like one of the closest to reach it.
Nasty.
Nasty.
That's
AKA.
possible, but you're not gonna do that. Doing some Atlanta sound or Chicago drill, you're not gonna go there and sell them their shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's why a person who was on the right track was Big Zulu, even though he doesn't do hip hop anymore. I can't say anymore, but his recent album is not hip hop.
Yeah.
With that cultural shit in terms of content, language, and the instrumentation of fusing Maskandi, he had a chance of, because you can't find that anywhere in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like this Javas of this world, that's what we need to export
To the world.
Yeah, we can't export the sound that we imported.
That's a good point.
We can't export the sound that we
imported.
imported. Okay.
Yeah.
Also known as cancel eyes to the Eskimos.
Yeah.
Because it's their sound. They will obviously do it better than us.
1000%.
Actually, somebody who
think,
did that really well.
Yeah, you don't think Blackie can? I mean, Blackie's in the States
Black
right
is
now.
in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
States. How are you feeling about that?
I felt good.
Yeah.
Like he's
You
got
don't
like
think he can hit the global?
he's
Yeah.
on tour, 25 shows.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see how they receive him. The reception.
And he's got a balance. He's able to do hip hop when he can. And
Yeah.
then he can nibble in Amapiano when he wants.
Yeah.
He
No,
can nibble
you
in
can't. You
R&B.
can't do that.
Oh shit! I almost grabbed the wrong one. So you think overall, do you
Yeah.
think we can hit? You're saying for us to hit a global superstar, for a South African artist
Yeah.
to be a global superstar, like we're looking at the lens of the time.
We need to be South African.
Black Mambazo.
Yeah, we need to hit them with something they don't have. If you check all the Grammy winners,
Yeah.
Ladysmith, Black Mambazo,
Yeah.
there's nothing like that in the world.
Yeah.
So we're to gospel choir. There's nothing like
Let's
that
be
in
fair.
the world.
Nomcebo and Voter Kellerman, that was the...
Yeah,
that
there's
was
nothing
the
like
vibe
it
with
in the
Zayn.
world.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. If you're gonna do something that they know that exists elsewhere, your chances are slim.
My man.
Shout out to
well
Slim.
done. Well done. Facts. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Definitely.
What about MT? MT is like family to us. How do you feel? Can he not do that? I mean, like, there's the whole African trap movement, you know, that he created, he coined. So
Yeah.
many people who came up, you know, with him, the likes of Saudi. Java's also part of
Yes,
ATM. What about? Because I feel like he does vocab. I mean, what's it called? I almost said vocab. What's it called?
Trap.
No. Languages, lots of languages. Sorry, my mind is in over.
Vernac.
Vernac, sorry, vernacular. Sorry.
It does.
Yeah. What about MT?
It's not necessarily about the language as such.
Yeah.
But the sound.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Rashid,
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
sense of when you look at guys up north of Africa
Yeah.
and how they exported their sounds. We have no idea half of the stuff that Burna Boy is saying.
Yeah.
But there's something,
Yo.
there's somehow there's the taste of the world, the palate of the world is no longer okay. If I can hear you, then I can relate to you. It's like if the sound that you're giving me is a sound I can relate to, I can vibe with it.
It's like dancehall and raga blew up all over the world while people don't even understand
What they
patois.
say.
You can speak patois.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yes, I can, but I'm saying
Say
like
some.
a lot of people. No man them don't know what them wrong chat about. You see me?
He knows every time. I always do that to Rashid. I'm so sorry. Boom, 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 boom. I love it when he speaks patois. Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not about language. You hear people, hey, you must rap in vernacular. No, that's not the issue. That's not the issue. The sound, you give the world something that they don't have.
Yeah.
And what do you think hip hop needs now? What does South African hip hop need now? Like it's been on life support for a hot minute. Right? What does it need now? There is I believe there really is people that are slowly, like surely just keeping that heartbeat alive, you know what I mean? Like the Tato Souls, you know what I mean? Like the Mash Beats, like the Magleras, they really, I feel like they really are, the Reeses, they really are like,
I like
the
D
heartbeat
Koala
alive.
too. I like D Koala.
D-
I like
K
K-Kid.
Come on, I've been singing that song, K-Kid. But what do you think is it, what exactly does it need for that thing to go from it's barely breathing to the monster has awoken? What does it need?
Because I'm about to start some beef.
Yeah. No,
I can't, I'm an OG now. I feel like I'm
okay.
Yeah.
That mainstream bubblegum bullshit needs to die, and it needs to start here, like from the sessions. Stop acting like a superstar. Go attend the hip hop sessions where the people are, people that matter, people that matter. You know, and let's go back up with the full force.
Okay.
Because now
we're trying to be squeezed in. Oh, there's a piano show. I have a hot song that people know, and then they squeeze you on the lineup. You know what I mean? Come back to the people that have the same vision as you. You know, people who will sing along your shit.
Rebuild.
Yeah. That's how we. It's a build and destroy and build from the ground up.
Do we have a probably wrong word, top boy? Do we have like a reigning king of hip hop right now for you? And who would you say that is right now?
Where? In South Africa?
In South Africa.
No.
Let me do this again.
Yeah.
Does South African hip hop have a reigning king at the moment?
Maybe king in your block. Like what I said.
Come on, dog. Casper?
What I said is.
Casper?
Listen to
Come
me.
on.
Listen to me. Let me finish. Like I said, the number one hip hop song now across the board cannot compete. It's probably number 99 or number 100.
Good question.
We can't celebrate that. We need to go back to when we had Malening on top 10 overall. When we had Ngudu number 1 overall. You know, we can't celebrate number 99 because it's number 1 on the hip hop charts.
But okay, looking at the songs that you mentioned, like Malening,
Hip hop songs used to compete.
Sorry, I just want to see the hip hop South Africa. It's the hip hop charts.
okay, I hear you, bro.
Yeah.
I hear you because we are squeezing ourselves into the. It's like with that cousin that's like just mentioning them for the sake of mentioning them.
Yeah.
Right. But I also feel like we can't do it alone. Like we can't do it. It's one thing to say that the mainstream, the fans have turned their back on hip hop, but I feel like the investors have turned their back on hip hop, which is what's making it even harder for hip hop to have a voice.
Yeah.
Like you have a voice, but it's not loud enough because it doesn't have the right backing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The AKAs at the right time had the right backing of the show tubs, of the people in the industry that are able to say, or people in boardrooms saying, yo, this is what we should be investing our money in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whoever was the marketing manager for Castle Light in 2014, bringing down heavyweights and making the up and come on making South African big artists on the same level as those people. I don't think we have those people in those boardrooms anymore. You know what I mean? The people at the marketing, whoever is the marketing director for AB and Bev or a Costa Light or whatever, they're not in the room saying, yo, let's put him. It's like, okay, if we're going to give them something, give them their own stage there. It's like, why do we need our own stage there? You know what I mean? It's like, why are they on the same stage as everybody else?
I've said this before, that we don't have hip-hop people in strategic positions. That's why...
So not even just radio?
Not just the radio. Okay. You go to whatever, sales department, marketing department of these companies. You can't find someone who's going to advocate for hip-hop and say, no, this is how hip-hop works. You know, it's okay if we start with 500 people and they want numbers that are already there, ready-made. You know what I mean? We don't have people advocating for us.
That's tough.
That is really tough.
But
the only way to advocate. Sorry, can somebody please check for me? You can literally just Google it. Like I say, hip hop charts, iTunes. But we create the demand, right?
Yeah.
We create the demand. So I feel like it's kind of like when the Springboks won the World Cup.
Yeah.
When you do something great, people will come. Right? So
yeah,
maybe,
they will.
So maybe at the end of the day, all we can do where we are is just like go back to the drawing board.
Yeah,
exactly
we need
what
people,
you said. We need to create
we need people like when they make it to the top, don't think you're too good for slag race or for whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we have that situation. People are chasing the bag. They're worried about the next hit. You know, in the States you have Drake attending the rap battles, sponsoring the rap battles. All these so-called top artists are not involved with the hip hop movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like it's we've allowed as a hip hop culture for people to basically leech off the culture until they're good.
Until they're good. Yeah.
And then not come back.
Yeah.
Do anything for
and when you raise a voice, you're jealous, you bitter, you broke, you this and that. Yeah. You're gonna get that. You're gonna get that.
Well, you're a hip hop expert and historian, so I don't think that counts anymore.
Yeah.
Just saying for the streets. And
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. That comes from putting rappers on a pedestal who know nothing about hip hop.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no. Remember when hip hop used to matter? There was a song, Lupe Fiasco, Hip Hop, You Saved My Life. The real hip hop is over here. You know, hip hop is dead. They were singing about hip hop. Those people cared about the culture. Nobody cares about hip hop. They're just rapping whatever they want to rap. You know, so we make rappers seem hip hop when they are not.
I'm actually very embarrassed.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually very embarrassed.
But also, who? That's the thing. Though it's like at the end of the day, who dictates that? Because this leads to then my next question. It's like before, right? It would be record labels that would say, okay, this is what, and then put money in. They were the investors, so to say. It's like now, who dictates what hip hop? Because you can stand and say this is what hip hop should be, and I can give you the flowers for that to say because of what you've done for hip hop. You know what I mean? You're fucking producing shizness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You were there when hip hop was ugly.
Yeah.
One
You know what I'm
night,
saying? When hip hop was not attractive, you were there. You know what I'm saying? It was not attractive. And I can understand the passion that you have because now hip hop is attractive, right? And it's attracting the wrong people.
Yes.
Right? So I can understand that. But then outside of you, how do you dictate?
You don't. It's a moral thing. You do the right thing. We should stop looking for black and white. Who came up with this? Who wrote it?
Yeah.
You know, Nas in the States is giving hip hop legends who didn't make it like 500,000. He just gave Rakim.
Yeah.
He gave Rakim 500,000. It's got Cool G Rap. It's got Big Daddy Kane. It's not like who said you must do that.
Yeah.
It's a moral thing. Like okay. This art form, this culture made me rich. I am who I am because of this. So this is how I'm giving back.
Can I ask this question?
Yeah.
Right? At the height of hip hop, at the South African hip hop,
Yeah.
right? Maybe it's just coincidence or maybe it was driven, but at the height of hip hop, right, labels were very much involved. Do you think record labels are important in the hip hop space, or do you think
Can
we
I
don't need
also
it?
answer that?
Yeah.
So I'm actually I'm unfortunately one of those people that Rashid has put on the cross right now.
Yeah.
Who has dabbled in other genres. I'm supposed to be dropping. No, I'm dropping an album this year. I'm dropping an album this year, and yes, K Kid is on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you heard the
I'm
Koilas
glad
are on
that
it.
happened.
Listen,
I'm
like
glad that
I'm
happened.
literally
That's
like
dope.
Yeah.
the youngins. You understand?
Yeah.
Like Rashid helped me do some of my research.
Yeah.
And I walked into a majors, like a couple of them.
Okay.
And the honest truth is that they're not backing hip hop.
They're not
So
backing-
a lot
right
of hip hop
now.
albums that you're gonna see right now coming out, unless the person is, I don't want to say too much. But
And-
if you're alive and you do hip hop and you like you're trying to release an album right now, the labels are not going to. Maybe if something happens to me, then they'll take my album for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But they're really about sales right now. I'm
In
telling you
South
for a
Africa,
fact.
you can't credit labels for hip hop.
No.
You
When
can't.
They're
Why?
not even interested.
They
They're not
never,
interested in
they never
releasing
did
hip-hop right
shit.
now.
What do
Like,
you mean?
I mean,
the height of hip hop.
The
These
height-
guys were signed.
nigga, I was there before they were even signed.
Okay.
They signed Pro Kid because he was buzzing in the streets.
Yeah.
They signed Squatter Camp because they were killing shit out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they sent a demo. They wanna see you popping.
Okay.
Blackie before he dropped, he had like 2 million views on
One of these records.
no. What's that where they upload music? Up and come
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. Yeah,
Okay,
like,
I get you. I
yeah,
get you. Yeah.
he was already on millions of streams.
Yeah.
You know, before he got signed. These labels don't have artist development anymore. They wanna meet you halfway.
Labels don't have artist development anymore.
Yes, they don't.
No.
They wanna check your Instagram or
Yeah,
you have
right.
or
wanna
your
check your
Twitter. How many?
Spotify.
Yeah.
Yes, they wanna meet you halfway. So and then you can't give them any credit for that.
Yeah.
You
For
cannot.
real?
You
Just to
cannot.
let you
No.
guys know, the number one album as
don't-
of today
Yeah.
is Future and Metro Boomin.
Yeah.
And the song obviously is like that with Kendrick.
Yeah.
And there's not a single South African hip hop song in the top 20.
But does it
So you're gonna take a song.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're gonna take a South
crazy.
African song when it appears at number 70 and say this is a number one.
Nah.
Yeah,
I
that's
hear
what I
you.
was saying. That's what I was
hear you.
saying.
But
Yeah.
maybe South Africa just doesn't want to listen to hip hop. I don't know.
I feel like
It does.
Maybe-
These are South African charts. Metro Boomin is this is South African charts.
Mm.
Metro Boomin and Future are number one in South Africa.
Imagine.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
it doesn't.
okay.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's not authentic. Like I feel like record labels, and I'm not defending record labels.
Yeah.
I'm speaking. You speaking from someone who's in the room. I'm speaking from someone who's outside the room,
Mm.
but just looking at the climate, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like at the height of SA hip hop.
Yes.
Right. Yes, when Blackie was making millions of streams on SoundCloud, but it still wasn't at the height of his career. He's now at the height of his career.
Yes.
And he said
You
it
do-
himself.
you-
I'm signed to Def Jam International.
Yeah,
Not
you do
the-
need the
you know what I
machine.
mean?
You do need the
The
machine.
machine,
But what I'm
yeah.
saying is the machine
It's fucked
can't
up.
develop artists anymore. They find you with million followers, million
Then they're
streams,
gonna buy it.
and then they're gonna, you can make money off this guy. Let's run after his publishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's capitalism. They don't give a fuck about
So
the
to a
culture.
kid right now was a
Yeah.
hip hop kid saying, "Yo, I got a hit, right? Should I not be going to a label?"
You can, but know that you're gonna get fucked. That's why a lot of Amapiano kids who have hits, they go to Maporisa, you know, and release featuring Maporisa. They know they're using his brand. It's gonna be a hit. It's gonna be everywhere because you can't do it on your own. Be prepared to get fucked.
In the process.
Yeah,
All right.
There's no way around this. Honestly.
Yeah.
It's a hard pill to swallow.
Did hip hop influence Amapiano?
Oh, for sure. Here's why I say it, right?
yeah,
Look at everything outside the sound. If someone walks past and it's like that looks like a hip hop artist. Take
Yeah.
away the sound, right? You look at the outfit, look at the way that they talk, you look at the way that they walk.
Yeah.
Right? That's all in your words, hip hop, right? But then when you
Rap,
listen to the sound,
say rap.
but that's hip hop though.
Say rap.
But is hip hop not a culture?
Yeah, it is. I'm
Yeah.
saying rap. Like a white boy who does rock and roll, who raps on rock and roll, you can't claim him to be hip hop.
A white boy who
Raps on rock and roll, who does rock and roll music but is rapping.
Yeah.
You cannot say because he's rapping he's hip hop. That's why I'm saying clarify.
Okay.
There are elements that come
Yeah.
yeah.
So to answer you, Gigi, I would say hip hop definitely has an influence.
It had an influence
Yeah,
on style. Amapiano.
it did.
A lot of them are hip hop. but
Yes.
They just turned Amapiano.
Yes, it's you don't even struggle if you cross over from hip hop to Amapiano. They just change the instrumental. You know,
Change the BPM and it's done.
you know, Reason is still rapping. Yeah, Sizu Alakine is still rapping.
Yeah.
He's got rap verses on Amapiano songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if, just to clarify, I mean, Caesar is a friend of the podcast. Is he ever going to explore Reason again in terms of hip hop? Like, has he said anything about that? I think that would be quite
Do you think we'd be accepted by hip hop again?
Again. Did he
It's-
denounce hip hop though? Did he say, I'm done with hip hop, I am going there?
I don't
Or
think
did
it
he-
did. I think it was a bag situation, you know, and he got his. I think he got his first gold with Amapiano. He's eating there, you know. Once you taste the cookie, you're not gonna go back to poverty,
Yeah.
you know. So I think it's all about survival now.
Okay,
I hear that.
got you.
I hear that.
Any young person wanting to do hip hop, like, what advice would you give? Because right now it's just screaming, you're fucked. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like,
And
there's
look,
no, I don't think
I'm in
there's
a space.
hope.
I'm in a cultural space that I can see like hip hop is like
There.
like when I walked into AMP, hip hop was like up and pumping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now the space is not hip hop anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The clothing is still hip hop, but even the kids that come in, you barely hear the hip hop, and it's like it's almost like hip hop it's down. You know what I mean? Like even
Yeah.
the artists that are that they're not alive. Like the music that they're making doesn't sound happy. It doesn't sound fulfilling. It sounds sad. It sounds depressing. It sounds, and I mean, I remember watching one of your podcasts where you were speaking about that, to say like a lot of these guys are making depressing music and not understanding that this is business. You know what I mean? Like no one is saying don't make depressing music, but you need to understand if you want to eat, right? You got to get out of your fucking feelings.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to eat, you have to get out of your feelings and focus on the business. And focusing on the business is making a hit. That's focusing on the business. It's making a hit.
Yeah.
Oh,
And when you make a hit, you attract people. When you attract people, we can do these events and pull the crowd.
Yeah.
I used to do the masterclass sessions every Sunday.
Yeah.
Now I do them once a month.
Why?
Because promoters and club owners are complaining. Somebody said to me, you know, you have 500 people here. On Friday, I had 100 people. But I made more money. It was a Amapiano show. I made more money with 100 people. Your 500 people don't buy.
So hip hop
yeah,
doesn't
hip
make
hop
money.
doesn't.
Yeah. You can have, I can fill up the venue and think the event was successful, but they don't spend at the bar.
They don't want to spend.
Has that always been the case?
It's always been the case with hip hop. Hip hop like has always,
Hip hop doesn't have money.
has always attracted broke people. Yes.
Hip hop has always attracted
Hip hop
broke
heads
people.
are allergic to spending.
Fuck the government.
Oh.
They'd rather smoke weed outside, drinking good and come back. Yeah.
Yo, I hear you.
So there's no hope.
But then you can't blame the
shifters.
investors
Or the
for moving out of that, because it's like, why would I put my money?
You can't.
into something that I know
I've
it's
seen
a
it
terrible
firsthand
investment?
when they show me the records.
Yeah.
Like, look how much money I made tonight. You know, this is how much I made on Friday. These people are wasting my time.
That's tough.
What?
That is tough.
So the only piece of advice we get from this whole conversation is to go back to our roots as hip hop.
We need to come up with some sort of a plan.
A hip hop committee, perhaps. You guys have got the hip hop museum.
No, but that's the-
We have-
like Back to the City. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
There's the hip hop museum.
unapologetically hip hop. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's
Yeah.
like you're unapologetically to say, yo, this is what it is. It's not. We're not gonna even try and dabble in this. We're not even gonna try and entertain this. Do you think that's like that should be the stance hip hop should be taking?
Yeah. If we can have 22,000 people without selling out the lineup, like bringing other people, the so-called crowd pullers from other genres, if we can pull 22,000 people, then hip hop is still there. People are still hungry for hip hop.
And that makes money.
That makes money.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. It's a tough pill to swallow. It's a lot to digest.
trust me, I'm sitting
Yeah.
here and I am the choir and he's preaching. He's preaching.
Okay, so we're saying from an investment perspective, there's not enough people that are in the hip hop space. Or that
There
are
must
in
be
the-
ROI for investors.
Always. They want the money. It don't make sense.
Yeah. So there's no
I hear you,
sentiments.
bro. I hear
There's
you.
no sentiments.
I
I
do
To
don't
say,
like what you're saying, but
Yeah.
But I
can't
hear you.
deny it.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're saying there is no hip hop giant. All the music is depressing. We don't like spending because we were good to level.
We don't have people in strategic
We don't have people in
positions.
strategic
We have other
positions.
people making decisions for us.
Soldiers are jumping ship. It's crazy.
I would also say though, right, and I'm not trying to defend those people. I would also say that like the goalpost has been shifted for people in the industry. Right?
Yeah.
So if someone is working as a marketing director for a Casa Light or whatever,
Yeah.
it's like you have a budget of 2 million rand for this year, and we expect this type of KPI. This is the returns that we're looking to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is for the year, right?
Yeah.
This is not like you have a 3-year thing now or a 5-year thing. Before, brands like Nike used to have campaigns
Yeah.
for a year, 3 years, 5 years. Now Nike makes their promotions and strategies on a 3-month basis. So it's like you have 3 months to impress the directors or you're fired. So
Yeah.
it's like if I'm running a campaign, right? And they say you have 100,000, you need to now give us this type of return on investment, right? And I have 100,000 to play with. I'm not gonna split that 100,000 between 10,000 for these small influencers or whatever, small rappers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for the big guy,
Yeah.
right? I'm not gonna invest in because I might lose my fucking job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think that's also that I feel like the trauma of hip hop being broke is what's gotten a lot of people in positions to say, I love this thing, but I'm not willing to be broke for this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I
That-
love
that's for
this
sure.
thing.
And
I love this thing,
another
but I'm not willing to
problem.
be broke for it.
Another problem now, it's all or nothing. You know, hip hop used to coexist. There was hip hop in Kwaito, there was hip hop in house, there was
Yeah.
hip hop in Gom.
Yeah.
Now it's Amapiano or nothing. There's no room for number two.
You don't think so?
That's the problem.
Yeah,
No, definitely.
there's no room for number
It's like
two.
an unsaid thing.
You know, with events, with radio shows, it's Amapiano or nothing. You know, they're not even saying, okay, we can have 80% Amapiano and 20% hip hop. No,
Yeah.
they cutting it out completely.
Okay.
My bodies are just like do a hip hop album literally.
I hear you, bro.
Yeah.
I hear
do.
you.
I do.
Yeah, that's why I said like hip hop is like gospel and reggae. It's a
Yeah.
very spiritual thing.
Yeah.
You know. Maporisa has done a lot of genres. It's done Afro pop, house, Amapiano. Nobody can say, but that's not the culture. You're not representing
Yeah.
because it's he's doing this music that has nothing to do with any spiritual movement or whatever religion.
Yeah.
You know, it's just music. That's why he could afford to do all these genres he's done. You know, the problem is if he does hip hop, will he be accepted? Is this guy hip hop? He's a culture vulture. He's this, is that.
Yeah.
You know, that's the problem with hip hop. You know, other genres can do whatever they want, but hip hop, reggae, gospel, whew.
But isn't that why the growth is stunted? Like, isn't that why the growth is stunted? Because that in itself sounds like social gatekeeping, and it's not a bad thing, like you're saying, right? It's culture preservation,
Yeah.
preserving the culture. But is that not stunting its growth as well?
To a certain extent, but if you're gonna approach it like any other genre, you're gonna hit the ceiling there, and you're gonna meet these guys. Like Maporisa has to put you on. DJ Tira has to put you on, and you come in with this hip hop thing.
Yeah.
You know, and you ignored Bo Rashid, Bo Zakwe. Like, I know I'm going for those guys, but those guys don't give a fuck about hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, let me ask. Let's talk solutions.
Yeah.
I know we're running out of time.
Yeah.
Let's talk solutions.
'Cause
How
I'm
does
very
hip hop
depressed.
make?
I'm very
How does
depressed.
hip hop make money? How do we find up and coming artists? Let's talk solutions. Let's start with how does hip hop make money? How do we revive this thing to say from a monetary perspective?
Honestly.
How the fuck do we make money? In your opinion?
In my opinion, as don't just do music, have something to sell. You know,
Talk to me. I like that direction.
yeah, sell a lifestyle. Look at Boys and Bucks. They were all about the mpahlas,
Yeah.
Sesukotini, and all of that. And there it was like hundreds of kids dressing like Boys and Bucks. They were selling a lifestyle. Big Zulu with the brand to Nkabi is selling a lifestyle to the Nkabis at taxi ranks and the hostels.
Yeah.
We must. Who are you making your music for?
Build the community.
Yeah, like we can rap your lungs out all day, bars and bars and bars, but who are you targeting? Who are you rapping to?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you're not creating a lifestyle. You're not creating a cult. You're not creating a community through your music. You know, and you expecting to sell.
Got you. Up and coming artists. Where should they? What direction
Gigi
should
K.
they be going?
Yeah.
Up and coming artists, because up and coming artists, their future was like, oh, if I make it on radio, that's my way out. You know what I mean? Now I'm being heard outside my community. You know what I mean? I can't get on shows.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible because it's Amapiano driven. So as an up and coming artist, where do I go?
Up and coming artist, don't drop out of school. Do your music and get a 9 to 5. If you rely on music only, you're gonna be depressed. You're gonna commit a suicide.
Can I ask
Like
this?
some of the biggest artists are not even making enough money.
Can I ask this?
Yeah.
From a, I like what you said. Make music, get a job. Do you think get a job or get a skill? In the sense of if I'm a, because what happens a lot, right?
Yes,
what
yes.
happens a lot is they make the music and it's like, okay, but I need a 9 to 5. Right?
Yeah.
Then the 9 to 5 takes away from the dream because it's time consuming.
Yes.
But if I get a skill, if I'm a graphic designer, right, and it's like, okay, cool, I need to spend 4 hours a day doing graphic design or editing pictures, get money so that I don't starve, right? I can still be hungry enough to rap, but don't starve, right? But the job is like, okay, now I have this other commitment. Right?
Yeah.
This commitment doesn't give a damn about my dream. Freelance gives a damn about my dream.
Yeah, but by a job, I mean a skill, something that
Okay.
will earn you
Generate
income.
income for you.
Yeah.
Okay, generate income.
Yeah, so
Got
that
you.
you're
Got
not
you.
depressed about chasing a hit.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to diversify. You
Nah.
have to
Yeah.
diversify. But we'll
Okay.
chop that up maybe next week or the week after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to. Rashid,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
appreciate you.
This
Who
was
are you
dope.
dressed by today? Because this is hip hop. Rashid, am I hip hop?
I'm a hip
Today,
hop.
do I look hip hop? Rashid,
Yeah, you look
yeah,
hip hop.
basketball and hip hop.
Lakers, man.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Who dressed you today?
California
Rashid?
IA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cash, my boy Cash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Straight out of Soweto. Sotra
Yeah.
representing. Yeah.
Love
Big
it, love
man
it.
thing.
Yeah.
And just so you know, Chateau is actually about to align very strongly with hip hop, so
Oh,
we
for
might
real?
have to eat our words.
Oh, that's dope.
Alright.
That's dope.
Thank you so much.
Yo, this was
We
this
love
is super
you,
insightful, man.
right?
You're a crazy motherfucker, but
Yeah.
you have like a lot of insight.
And
I
I-
gotta
no,
tell
but
you
he's
that,
like-
you don't take the humble approach. You know what I mean? Like, you're very aggressive in your words. You're very aggressive in your approach, and then sometimes clips online will cut what is gonna make you trend, right? Like, I already know from this clip or from this itself, people are gonna cut out the little bits to, you know, and not hear the whole thing. But I hope people actually, those who've heard the whole thing, they actually see that there's a lot of insight in what you're saying. So we appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, word up.
But
word
I don't
up.
think Rashid cares now, do you?
You don't
Rashid
care?
K,
I
what?
don't think he cares. Like,
What?
you know?
What people say?
Yeah. I think you over there. I think you way over there.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
care
Shout out to you,
about
Rashid.
people.
We absolutely appreciate you. Slim.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm your
Love you always, bro.
I love you always. I love you always. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been an absolutely amazing one.
Peace, yo. We out.
That's my point of view.